What's good, everybody? So it has been a couple of days since the Wuthering Waves 2.3 first anniversary live stream, and unless you've been living under a rock, it was pretty, mediocrely received. I'd like to say people thought maybe the content was okay, the characters were good, but for a first anniversary, the rewards were kind of subpar, to say the least. And the internet does what the internet does, and a lot of people complained. Okay, a lot of people complained about the rewards, and I'll be honest, I was one of those people who was throwing my instigation into the ring a little bit, like just a tiny bit. I'll show you right here. Look, 10 reruns, all being a 50-50 and not a guarantee is such an L in my books. We got almost 4,000 likes and 135,000 views. A lot of people mirror that sentiment, right? That rerun banner is a little bit smelly, okay? And the rewards, the actual number of pulls, seem a little bit lackluster. I know there were a bunch of content creators who had very tempered and mild expectations and thought it was, not great, but not the worst thing. But it seems to be the majority of the community online wasn't particularly happy, and especially the CN community, we checked the Billy comments, were not happy. They felt as though they were being edged the entire stream. Oh, there's something else coming, and it was like dev videos. There's something else coming, and it was a Scottish orchestra. They felt they were building up to something for so long, and nothing really of value came from that. So when CN complains, it's a problem, right? You just know when CN complains, things are gonna change. And it looks like Wuthering Waves have just put out a tweet, and we will be going through it, and we will rate it from a scale of 0 to 10 on how good of a response this is in real time. So strap in and buckle up, okay? Here we go. Let me make this bigger for you guys. Regarding the 2.3 preview special broadcast, to our dear rovers, after the Wuthering Waves version 2.3 preview special broadcast, we've received plenty of suggestions, thoughts, and criticisms from you. This is true. They also opened a section in their Discord for anniversary feedback, where for at least an hour or two, you could post your suggestions, which they then very quickly put on slow mode, and then they were removed and locked because there was a lot of feedback and a lot of spam, but they did do that. We've been paying close attention to all feedback, and we'd like to take this opportunity to address your concerns and sincerely apologize for the disappointment. Our roadmap for the recent versions of Wuthering Waves allocated development resources to an anniversary experience of version 2.3 that is both relaxing and entertaining. However, this allocation did not meet our rovers' expectations for an anniversary celebration. At the same time, we fell short in how the broadcast was structured, scripted, and presented, leading to a poor viewing experience. I actually don't think that's true. I think it was long. I think it could have been shorter, but the production value, I think, of the overall live stream was pretty good. It was pretty good, but yeah, probably a bit too long and a bit too much edging. We at the dev team have identified and acknowledged certain shortcomings in our content, management, preparation, and delivery. I gotta say though, it's a vast improvement from 1.0. Vast improvement on 1.0. What happened has shown us even more clearly that Wuthering Waves' accomplishments over the past year would not have been possible without our rovers, especially rovers who've been with us on this journey from the very start. We want you to know that we are planning future versions with you in mind. I mean, every gacha should be doing that anyway, right? You always need to prepare versions with the players. I mean, that's just a given, right? You know what I mean? Because I feel like this anniversary is important because, let's be real, the launch of this game kind of sucked. It was almost terrible. The launch of this game was almost terrible, and I feel it's appropriate for Wuwa to really celebrate the people who have stuck out since the very beginning, through the terrible launch, through them getting better and better over time, through 2.0 and its success, to getting to this point. So I feel it's valid, you know, to reward those people. And one of the main complaints actually I saw from the Billy comments was a lot of people in CN felt like the anniversary patch was actually rewarding returning players way more than people who have been playing since the beginning through all the bullshit, right? So I feel that's a valid complaint. Like, hey, it's an anniversary to reward the players that have been playing. So that's what we should be doing, right? That's what we should be doing. So please stay tuned for more updates. Again, we deeply apologize for failing to meet the expectations of our longtime rovers. Exactly that. That was like one of the main complaints of CN, was that why are the returning or new players getting more? What does it make sense? Like, we want to reward the players. Obviously, returning players need to be rewarded to be incentivized, right? But we should be rewarding the longtime players. We also recognize that there is still much room for improvement in how we operate and support the game long term. We're committed to growing and refining every aspect of Wuthering Waves. This is true. I mean, the proof's in the pudding, right? Every time the game is fucked up, they've only come back better. That's not me being a KURO bot. That's just a truth, right? That is just a truth. They've always improved on everything they fucked up on. And this is kind of like the first time in a while it's been like, we're not happy with this. We're committed to growing and refining every aspect of Wuthering Waves. To express our gratitude and sincerest apologies, we'll be launching a login event this week where the following content will be available to unlock and claim. The opening time will be given in a later official announcement. Okay. So they're doing a login event where you will get 10 Radiant Tides, 10 Forging Tides, and 10 Lustrous Tides. Thank you once again for your support and belief in Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves dev team. How do I feel about this? Not enough. We want free Zanny. Wait, I'm gonna make a devs list reply just because. Okay, just because. How do I feel about this? I'm gonna be real. This feels like an apology compensation, but not what people are actually angry about. There's been no... To me, I kind of feel like I'm glad they've acknowledged the viewing experience, right? But I don't think that was really the main problem people had. I think the main problem has been, you know, the long time rewards, which they kind of have, you know, acknowledged. But they've made no mention of the rerun banner, which is the thing people, I think, were most angry about. I don't think it was the amount of pulls. I really don't think it was the amount of pulls. I really do think that it's the amount of pulls coinciding with the sheer number of reruns that are a 50-50. And not addressing that specifically in here, I think is a little bit of an L. I don't know if I'm completely off base with that. I don't know if I'm completely off base, but I feel like if you're making a tweet to address the main complaints and not mentioning the thing that most people were complaining about, apart from the long time rewards, I don't know how I feel. I feel like they really should have like at least brought it up. So that kind of says to me that that's not changing. They've not really said what they're going to change, or if they've not even mentioned that they're going to change the anniversary rewards apart from giving us more 10 pulls. That seems to be the only thing they're going to change. We get 10 pulls, but they're not going to change the banners. They haven't said they're going to change anything about the anniversary, just that in future they will do better. Yeah, they're giving out APOLOGEMS. They're not actually changing anything about the anniversary. I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm glad they're giving out APOLOGEMS for the viewing experience, but I feel like they're just not addressing the actual core problem. Yeah, it's an apology for the mid-live stream, not an apology for like the actual content of the anniversary rewards itself. Like, yeah, we'll take free stuff. Yeah, why not? Yeah, we're gacha players, you know what I mean? We're gacha players. We'll take all the free things. But I think people will feel this is a very skirting around the issue rather than fixing the issue. I feel like I'm just trying to predict what the community response to this is going to be. And I feel like it's going to be, thank you for the polls, but we're not actually addressing the problem itself. I think the live stream itself was fine. I thought the production value was fine. It was just way too long and way too much edging. Like, that could have been cut down, like, by half an hour, easily. Could have been cut in half an hour. The live stream was great, though. I don't know why they apologized for that. They're apologizing because it was long. And I looked at the Billy CN comments after the fact, and people were like, it was way too long. They were like, and there's a new thing we're excited to show you, and it was something really mid. Like, oh, we've got something else we want to show you, and they skirt around it for like 10 minutes. And then it's like dev videos, or it's a Scottish orchestra. People were like, oh, we thought it was going to be something cool. We thought it was going to be something cool, but it turns out it's just a little thing. Yo, thank you for the sub, Valbert. I appreciate it. So I kind of feel like this is very much an apology for that, and not addressing the banners. And not addressing the other awards. I'm curious, should we see the comments? Should we see the comments? Yeah, but wait, there's more thing. It's like, Developers heard, my mom will no longer need to use her social security check on Zaddy. Thank you so much. The cycle continues. They're cooking. Kill KURO games. Even Genshin did it better. Oh, greedy waves. We need more. These temples won't make it. We want free Chikona. How hard is it to understand? I don't think we need a free 5-star. I think just address the banners. Sometimes humans are never satisfied when given something. There are many positive things given, but they only see one negative thing. It is very sad. We love that devs listen to certain other company could never. I'm completely okay with them letting them farm the devs doesn't mean if the outcome is better with the awards each time. Will we do this for the state of Google Classroom? This is a great step in the right direction. Still not satisfied? I guess it's better than nothing. It's a good start, and with assurance that you'll do better in the future and have humility to admit messed up goes a long way. Just make the real balance 100% and not 50-50. No person will not have much to say. I feel like, at least on the EN side, that's really the thing. People had an issue with the rerun banner. If they made that 100%, I think all is completely forgiven and more. Honestly, completely forgiven and more. But it does seem like, you know, I really respect KURO for addressing their mistakes. It's more than other gacha companies could do. It is definitely more than other gacha companies could do, 1,000,000%. And I'm glad they're open to addressing it. And yeah, if they're going to improve in future, we'll take that as a thumbs up. And you know, devs are listening. It seems like the anniversary awards aren't really going to change. We're getting our apologems, and that's really that. I think we could just take it as it is, and this is probably going to be a closure on the whole anniversary situation. I don't see them coming out with a second apology or a second update to the rewards. I doubt that's going to happen. Do I feel satisfied from this? I'm glad they're addressing it, and I'm glad we're getting something from it. And it is what it is, and I will hold KURO accountable, and hopefully in future they live up to their words, right? And they live up to their words. And we'll see in the future if they really do, you know, stick to their word. They were testing the waters to see how little they could give the players. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You reckon 2.4 will be part of anniversary patch? They haven't really said that, so I don't know. I feel satisfied. Chat, type 1 if you are satisfied with these rewards. Type 2 if you are not satisfied. I want to see. Type 1 if you feel okay with everything now. Type 2 if you're not satisfied. I want to see something. I want to get a temperature check. 222, 122, 122, 12. Okay, so it's like 50-50. It feels like 50-50 right now. 2 because banners. Need free Verena. Okay, so it feels like there's a mix. It feels like there's a mix. 1 because they're actually kind of listening. Launch a poll. I hope greedy peeps won't sleep well at night. Should I do a poll? You know what? Fuck it. We'll do a stream poll. Did devs listen? Did devs listen? Did devs listen? Yes. No. Right, there you go. There's a poll right now, guys. There's a poll right now. Did devs listen? All right. What do you guys think? Yes, no. What is the community response right now? Did that? Oh shoot. It's like 50-50. It really is like 50-50. 31 to 33. I can't tell if y'all are doing this on purpose or not. I genuinely can't tell if you're doing this on purpose. To me, I think it's a step in the right direction. They're giving apologems. I just, you know, I wish the banners were addressed, but I hope they stick to their word in future. That's my takeaway from this, and I'm very glad they're addressing it at least. Okay, so it's, yeah, it seems to be kind of like basically 50-50 on people, how people feel about this. They listened, but not hard enough, I think. Yes. I mean, I don't think they should give out a new 5-star for free, but a rerun or standard selector is fine. It's not apologems, it's 10 specific banner pulls. I did about 3 5-star, but if they remove the 50-50 from the streaming, it's a 1 for me. Yeah, I don't care about 3 5-star. Personally, I really don't give a fuck. Okay, so most people feel that devs listened. It's a very small margin, though. A very, very small margin. I just don't think the negative takes away from the content much of other people. My gripe is the anniversary banners. Yep. Yep. What's this? Oh. We've been here before. We've played these games before. We've played these games before. But anyway, that's how we feel. I appreciate you. I am live right now talking about the whole situation over on Twitch, Twitter TV, Cabin and Cabinetz. Link is in the pinned comment. I appreciate y'all. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.